The other thing that you would want to ask in a debt validation letter would be some kind of proof of the original purchase agreement and that your signature is on that agreement. And you would probably want to include in the letter something to the effect of, and this is just to let them know that you're serious. I realize that whenever we're dealing with securities, which is what this would be, that it's confidential by nature. And because of that confidentiality, also recognize that this is not a discussion that you can have openly. That combined with the fact that I have a forensic accountant friend and a handwriting analysis expert that I know, and we would love to come into your office in person and inspect the original note with the wet ink signature. Now that right there gets them out of the loop. The loop of deniability is essentially just, it's a product of the system itself. It's actually become the default mainstream way of doing business, right? They're taking any promissory note or any contract that you signed that was an extension of your credit, and they're taking that to the Federal Reserve window and essentially pledging it for some kind of loan. And this is where a lot of people get this situation a little bit mixed up. They're not getting paid. There is no payment. It's not like that. They're getting a loan. They know better than to get paid. If they got paid, it would be a taxable event. If they get a loan, you can't tax debt. You can't tax any kind of equity that you could accrue through debt. I'm going to loop right back around the private administrative process that you would have to use in order to be able to foreclose on them. Would essentially be one letter with the things that I mentioned, requesting that they respond accurately, timely, within 30 days, couple it with an affidavit showing that you're a living man coming in through the agency and the capacity of whomever you are in that business structure, so that they can see the differentiation. The 30-day letter, if you write a self-executing letter, you want to tell them this is a notice of intent to sue. And because of that, you only have 30 days. Don't expect further correspondence from me. But if you want to do it the proper way, it's, hey, listen, you have 30 days to produce this information. 15 days later, you send them a notice and you have 15 days, same notice. And then the third notice that you send them is 3 days before you default on them. And at that point, you'd have your paperwork in order so that you could bring them into the small claims court, get some kind of judgment against them and a default. And then you can turn around and do that UCC filing statement where you lien them up. And that's how you perfect the security interest. But you first got to get a judge to sign off on it. And it's not as hard as you would think it is, especially in a small claims court where you can represent yourself and you can speak just like you and I are doing right now.